Welcome, everyone. Thanks for taking the time to join us today. We hope everyone is doing well and staying safe during this COVID-19 crisis. Most of us have found ourselves working remotely lately and having some downtime. So this is why we have partnered with Global eTraining to be able to offer you a complete library of Autodesk online training courses to help you improve your skills and become more competitive. They offer a very affordable option for self-paced online training for individuals as well as organizations. Jamie is going to show what Global eTraining is all about. But first, I'm going to give you some important logistics. First, all the attendees are going to be muted. Please send your questions via the chat. And we're going to record the webinar, so we'll send you a copy of it so you can review it later. Any questions, please contact us. And now I introduce you to Jamie Newman, which is the account manager for Global eTraining. Please take it away.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Well, hi, everyone, and thanks again, or thank you for having me on for today's presentation, which I've titled Meet Get. GET is an acronym for Global eTraining. So Meet Get, how to get what matters by learning faster, working smarter, and sharing more, and then giving back. My name, as was mentioned, is Jamie. So I'm Jamie Newman, Marketing Manager with Global eTraining, and I'll be hosting the primary portion of today's presentation. I've actually been working with Global eTraining for just about 2 years now. And prior to Global eTraining, I spent a few years in leadership consulting, and then 8 years before that, I was in recruitment and human capital consulting. And then, of course, now with Global eTraining, I help provide training to companies and educational institutions all around the world. And with that said, let's get started with our webinar, Meet Get, how to get what matters by learning faster, working smarter, sharing more, and giving back. Now, the purpose of our webinar today is to introduce you to the core features and the benefits of Global eTraining. So I'll start off by providing an overview of what is Global eTraining, how it works, why it works, and what courses are available inside our Get Everything library. Next, we'll discuss productivity with a demo, an overview of our intuitive Autodesk plugin called Get Know-How. Then we'll share a live demo of our course authoring technology, the generator, which you can use to build custom e-training from scratch and custom workflows and processes, even by using existing Global eTraining content. And then we'll close the presentation with information on pricing and some limited time opportunities, as well as how you can partner together to truly make a difference in the world by giving back. And of course, we will have time for live question and answer at the end of the presentation. So just as another reminder, feel free to participate. You can ask a question at any point during the presentation, but odds are we won't actually answer them until the end of the presentation. But if you have a question top of mind, just throw that in there. And with that said, let's jump in. So what is Global eTraining? As I've already mentioned, the purpose of the webinar today is to introduce you to our e-training solutions, and that includes how our tools and technology works and how easy it is to actually get started. So we'll spend most of the time today in actual live demo, but before we hop into that demo, I would like to share why we're actually all here today. So Global eTraining, again acronymed GET, is an award-winning provider of interactive online training solutions for the AEC, so architecture, engineering, and construction, for that industry. And we actually also like to refer to it as MACE, which is M-A-C-E. And so that just includes manufacturing. So manufacturing, architecture, construction, and engineering. And as our tagline suggests, the ultimate purpose of Global eTraining is then to help you and your team learn relevant skills faster, retain what you learn, and save time. And this all starts with a very simple goal: to get what matters. So each person on this webinar is unique, and our e-training solutions have been put together to help you accomplish your goals regardless of how you define what matters most. So it could be better project execution or improved project coordination. It might be faster employee onboarding or employee engagement. Could be increased team productivity. What matters most to you could be environmental sustainability or BIM adoption or internal knowledge management. Or maybe what's most important is innovation. Or perhaps it's finding a cost-effective skills development solution, or even a combination of all of these items, some of these items, or maybe something not even mentioned. So what I want you to do as we progress through this presentation is I want you to think about what actually matters most to you, your team, and your business so that you can find out, is the global eTraining solution going to add value to you? Which we think it will. And so with that in mind, we've designed our eTraining solutions to support you in 4 key areas. And that starts with providing you with access to great training by using today's technology, then giving you the tools to increase productivity, then arming you with technology to enable knowledge capture, collaboration, and communication, and then creating partnership opportunities that impact real world problems through environmental sustainability, global BIM adoption, and skills capacity building in developing countries. And we truly believe that these 4 key areas can help you get what matters, again, regardless of what matters to you. And so we summarize these 4 key areas as learn, work, share, and give. So getting what matters most to you then starts with learning. So learn quickly, efficiently, effectively, learn faster, use today's technology to access great training. And we'll show you what that looks like in just a moment. The next piece is working smarter. So we've developed an incredible productivity tool called Get Know-How to integrate learning into your workflow rather than distracting you from your workflow. And of course, when you're learning the skills and knowledge that you need, and when you're being productive, staying focused on the work that matters, well, then it's time to share more, to take your company processes, your subject matter expertise, your workflows, and leverage technology to better manage and communicate that knowledge across your organization. And that's where the generator course authoring technology comes in. And finally, when all is said and done, when you and your team are getting the business results that you're looking for, what matters most tends to shift toward doing something that really matters. And so we look for opportunities to give back. Now, of course, our industries are making a difference in the world with the machines, the infrastructure, the buildings, the technological advances, and the creative solutions we build all around the world. It's just now global eTraining, partnering and taking our solutions means that you can do business and make a difference in the world through education. And I'll explain how that works right at the end of the presentation today. Right now, though, let me share with you our flagship eTraining solution and hop into the live demo. So this eTraining solution all starts with what we call the Get Everything library. And that gives you all access to our ever-expanding library of courses for relevant BIM skills and software training. It gives you complete control over what you learn, and how you manage your team. And it's all for one low, flexible price. And so let's dive in and see how global eTraining can help you learn faster. And I missed the button. There's the button. All right, so the first place that we're going to hop in today is the learning management system that is included within our knowledge management platform of global eTraining. So this is what a learner actually sees when they log in for the first time. I'm just going to zoom that in for a second, make it a little bit bigger and easier to see. So the first thing that you're going to see is a number of banner images across the top. Anytime we have new technology updates, new course additions, we like to feature them at the top. So we've got an article about remote learning. We've got language translations, which I'll show you shortly, that have just been launched. We've got an upcoming featured webinar with a Microsoft Teams expert. And our Autodesk 2021 courses are now available. Speaking of Autodesk courses, all of our courses are published on a waterfall basis, which means we follow the release schedule of Autodesk software updates. So when AutoCAD 2021 came out, we updated our courses to include what's new with AutoCAD 2021 so that your courses are always up to date. Right below here, you're going to see some featured courses we have in our library. Right now, we've got an onboarding course to help new users and new learners get acquainted with global eTraining. We've got an online course for Microsoft Teams, ISO 19650 course, and Revit, new for Revit 2021 featured. These change every now and again to just showcase different courses in our library. And then what you'll continue to see, and again, this whole page is called the Learner Dashboard. You'll see 9 boxes here, and I'll give a quick overview of what they are, and then I'll show you how our course catalog works, how to enroll in a course, and how to actually go through a course. So the first section here is the My Courses section. And in here, you'll see all the courses that you're enrolled in, whether you've started them or not. All of the courses that you've selected to enroll and complete are going to be in the My Courses section. This button here, resume, is going to take me back to the last course that I was in. In this case, the last course I was in is the Autodesk BIM 360, the complete guide course. And then I've got a link to the entire course catalog here. To quickly run through these bottom 6 boxes, you can search for courses. You can see what's new with Global eTraining by following our Twitter account right here. This is one of the first places and most frequent places we post updates on what's new. And then we've got news articles anytime there's a press release or new information we want to get out. For instance, 6 days ago, we announced our multi-language translations now available, which is within the generator, our course authoring technology, and some core Autodesk courses. And again, I'll show you how that works in just a moment. Then you've got a one-click support to contact our help desk, create tickets, and this can be for any question. So if you're having trouble with Global eTraining, like something's not working, or you're having trouble with a specific course, you can ask a question. But if you have a question about the content, you can also reach out to our help desk because we're connected to all of obviously the course authors, but our help desk is actually expert Autodesk certified trainers and professionals. So you're getting real support through this support option. And then we have a survey. These get updated every now and again that you can participate in, and a section for resources. Now, where I want to show you real quick is all of these options are constantly available on a sidebar menu. And I'll come back to that in a minute. For now, let's take a look at our course catalog. And so what you're going to see here, and you can arrange these in different ways depending on how you actually want to look at your courses. I've got it in list format right now, but we've got a complete library of courses, which you'll be able to check out on the DDSCAD website. If you go to training, online training, you can see some of the relevant courses that are available within our Get Everything library. Let me hop back over here. And so for instance, we've got every Autodesk course you could imagine. We've also got, and this is really interesting, one of the new course libraries we're really excited about is all of the Microsoft Office 365 training that we just started. I guess it would have been November last year we launched all of this. The reason this is powerful is because now Global eTraining can be of benefit to your entire organization. It's not just for Autodesk users. You can get your whole organization learning in Global eTraining, and that becomes of tremendous value, especially with remote teams when you look at the generator course authoring technology, which I'll show shortly. So within Autodesk, let me just hop in. I'll look at the flexible courses for 2020. The difference between flexible and guided is a guided is going to force you to go step by step through the training. Flexible allows you to hop into like module 5 or topic 5. So if I click on the BIM 360, the complete guide, this is flexible, means I can hop all the way down and look at BIM 360 model coordination, which I've already completed, even though I haven't started BIM 360 design. The guided course would gray these out. So you can choose how you want to go through the courses. But essentially, anytime you see a course, you're going to click the enroll button. For the sake of time, I'm not going to do that. But as soon as you click the enroll button, then it would show up on the My Courses page as well. And so what would you do? It's very simple. You hop in, and I'll just hop into a course. And now what we're looking at is the course interface. And so we call this the Get Interactive Course Interface because it's been designed to engage and make the learning interactive. So typically you've got in-class instruction or you've got virtual in-class instruction via maybe PowerPoint, Zoom meetings, or maybe video only. Think YouTube or think of just a video course. One of the challenges with that is you don't actually engage with the content. You sit and you consume content, and if you're a visual learner or an auditory learner, you're going to do really well. But if you just want to touch things and engage with it and really pay attention, it's going to be of limited value to you. Or even if you are a visual learner, not many of us can sit and watch 3 hours of videos straight and actually learn something. We need to hop out and try it. We need to actually engage. The number of times I've watched a YouTube video, zoned out, and then thought, oh no, what just happened? And I need to rewind. And that's because I'm not engaged. So this entire platform is designed to engage learners. So you go through slides, you have to click, and each of these boxes has options for interactive elements. So for instance, on this one, we can see that there's some text and it's interactive. So you can click and go to links and external sources, PDF documents, images, all through the text. And then we've got eDemo, so that's a demo video, and I can watch a video demonstration. eTip, these are quick little tips. So the easiest way to explain this is if I wanted to teach somebody in Microsoft Word how to cut and paste, I'm not going to build a course on it. It's a quick tip. Control V and Control C. Cut and paste, or Control C would copy, Control V paste, or on a Mac command, right? So that's a quick tip. And those are the certain types of things that show up in the e-tips. We've got a standalone filler image because you don't need every slide to have a ton of interactive elements. I can view a specific image that supports the text. And on this one, I've got a practical exercise, which is going to open up a PDF with an exercise that I can complete. What this does is we've designed our platform according to something called the principles of VARC. And VARC stands for visual, auditory, read, write, and kinesthetic. So visual, the visual learners, read, write, those who want to read articles and take notes, the auditory, those who want to listen, and you've got the ability to have each slide narrated to you with the play button at the bottom. And then kinesthetic, the people that just, hey, let me get my hands on it. And that's why we have these let me try exercises. And so it's as simple as just going through the slides and engaging with the content. And surveys continue to demonstrate and show that people simply learn better when they're engaged and when they're learning in a VARC-enabled platform like we've built. And that's why we've designed it this way. Now, the other cool thing I'll show you is we've just launched some translations. And this hits all of the core important, most popular Autodesk courses right now, and more are coming. And so it's very simple. You just, in one of the eligible courses, you just click which language you want. So if you want to take this course in Spanish, you click the Spanish button and it's translated all of the content, which is fantastic. And this just allows more accessibility and a more comfortable environment for those who perhaps English is a second language, which we're really, really excited about. Now, the next thing that I want to show you, I'm going to close out of this, and we will come back to how these courses are set up when I talk through the generator. And just another reminder, if you have specific questions, just throw them in the chat and we'll address them at the end of the presentation. But what I want to show you is in this menu, if you're an administrator, so you are managing an account, you can just click this admin button to hop over to the admin side of the learning management system. So I'm going to click that and hop in. And you can also just go to globaletraining.net/admin. Both take you to the same place. And the first thing that you're going to see is you can set up some specific dashboards. So if there's information you want to see right on your initial profile, you can customize this. You can also take a look at the courses that your team is enrolled in. You can pick a specific course. I'm going to try Primavera. Let's see if anyone's enrolled in this one. This is a demo account, so probably not. And it looks like nobody is enrolled in that course yet. So if this was a priority for me and I want to see how many people have enrolled in the Introduction to Primavera course, I'd be disappointed right now. Of course, it's a demo account. Most of these aren't real people. So you can view enrollments. You can also add users in here very, very easily. I'll talk about pricing at the end, but you do have a monthly pay-as-you-go subscription model where you can add users on an individual monthly basis and activate and deactivate them. So you can just set up an individual, set up their email address, choose a password for them to change. We don't store any password information, and as an administrator, you can't see any of it. You activate them, and then you can determine, do I want them to be a learner, yes or no? If this is no, then they've got access to nothing. Do I want them to also be an administrator and manage a team and look at all those details, yes or no? And I can set all that up. And then the other thing is I can set up and look at recurring reports. So all of these are table-based reports. We're going to get into some more detailed reports a little bit later, but I can define whatever I want for enrollment. So if I want to see how many enrollments people have, I can change the columns that show up. So I want to see, let's look at the last time that they logged in. So I'm going to say last logged in. I want to find out when these people, my team, last logged into Global eTraining. Maybe I want that at the top. And then what I want to do is I want to remember this. So I'm going to save it. I'm going to create a new my report, we'll call it. And now this view of this table-based report is saved and able to be accessed. But the other thing is, what I can do is I can share it with other groups within the LMS. I can have this emailed as a table-based report each week on Sunday to a certain number of email addresses. It could be any email address if you want it sent out to a board of directors or to certain managers, or you can have it emailed to a group of people defined in the learning management system, and then you can choose your format. And of course, you can print. So there's a lot of options that you have, even with just table-based reporting. The other neat thing you can do is if you actually go into the individual users, we can see, let's look at Sue Brass, for instance. I can edit the user, I can view their transcript, I can send them a message, I can reset their password. So if someone says I'm locked out of my account, I don't remember my password, you can do this for them without actually accessing their password. If you accidentally have two accounts created, you can merge them. You can duplicate if for whatever reason you want to duplicate an account and their um, accomplishments and their user transcript, you can duplicate. You can also impersonate, and this is really neat because it allows you to hop into the learning management system on behalf of one of your team members and see what they're looking at. So without actually getting their password, you can hop in and help them troubleshoot, or help them get further along, or just help them out however they need it. You can view their enrollments and you can view their activity feed. So lots of options here, and I know this is a very brief overview, but obviously anytime we have a new customer, we provide them with all the training that they need to manage within this learning management system, which is fantastic. The second piece that I'm going to show you that relates to administrator accounts is we've got something called the Get subscription system. And so when you set up your account as an organization, you can log into your own subscription portal. And this has literally everything that you could imagine that you need to manage your program. So for instance, right now in this demo account, the reseller says Global eTraining, but this would say DDSCAD. And you'd be able to see who your contact is in case you have questions. You can see what products that you have. You can view your invoices. You can do tracking. Now, I'll give a very quick explanation for the sake of time of what we're actually looking at so you understand what this graph is for. The red line on the bottom is how many administrators that I have. I don't need to pay for administrators unless they're also learners. The learner blue button is who I'm paying for, we'll say on a month-to-month basis, if it's above the yellow wholesale line. So you can purchase annual wholesale seats, I'll talk about that at the end, or you can purchase monthly learners. And so in this case, as of December 7th, 2019, this account had 20 learners on a pay-as-you-go. So each month they were paying $14.99 per month per learner. And then wholesale seats were purchased at a discounted rate so that they could save a little bit of money. And so this tracking allows self-architecture to hop in and say, well, we paid for 45 learner seats, but we're only using 20. We need to increase how many learners have access because we're paying for them, or decrease our wholesale. Again, there's only so much time to explain what this is, but essentially this tracking allows you to look at your return on investment and look at, are you making the most out of your subscription? If you've paid for a certain number of wholesale seats, are you using them all? And if your blue line is way above your yellow line, is there an opportunity to save money? So this allows you to track your budget. The other really cool thing that, again, I wish we had more time to dive into in detail is Microsoft Power BI reports loaded directly into your subscription portal. You don't need to log into Microsoft Power BI. You don't need to set up a thing. This will automatically pull all the data that you need to look at executive dashboards and drill down reports on everything that you can imagine. And these reports are just as interactive as if you were in Microsoft Power BI. And we've got 6 different reports that you can look at. You can see what courses are the most popular. You can go into individual learner activity. Literally anything, any piece of data that you want to see, you can see in here. And of course, if there is something different that you want to customize, that's also possible to have that done. Next, we have knowledge management in here. Now, this specifically refers to our course authoring technology. And so if you didn't have the generator course authoring technology, like this demo account, and wanted to add it, you've got the ability to add it here. And again, I'll talk about how all that works at the end. And then you have your ability to manage your wholesale seats. So again, a lot to cover in a very short amount of time, but the purpose of showing you this is we've built a subscription portal that puts you in the driver's seat. So we claim complete control and you actually have it. You don't have to email us or email DDSCAD to get a report or to look up how many people are enrolled in a certain course. Or if you want to save some money, you don't need to have someone run some tracking reports. You can hop in and see what is the best course of action. And again, we'll help train you on how to read all these things, make good decisions, and achieve your business goals, however they may look, and set this up in a way that works for you. So that's all on the administrative side. Now, again, if I were to hop back to the learning management system, which is just global eTraining.net, this is a standalone, we'll call it just a desktop learning environment. Now you can access this on an iPad, you can access this on like your smartphone or a tablet or anything, but we've upped the ante a little bit by creating an entire productivity tool specifically for Autodesk users that just allows people to get their work done and train at the same time. And so what you're looking at right now is a little animated graphic of our Get Know-How intuitive Autodesk plugin. What I'm going to do is show you a quick minute overview, or maybe it's 2-minute overview of what this thing does and how awesome it is. Work smarter with Get Know-How, the intuitive on-demand reference and e-training tool for your favorite Autodesk software. Just one download and Get Know-How is installed seamlessly in Revit, AutoCAD, Civil 3D, Plant 3D, Inventor, and Navisworks. Access the Get Interactive Global eTraining course interface and navigate through Autodesk expert training content, including full training courses, as well as standalone videos, and Let Me Try practical exercises. Stay focused as Get Know-How intuitively reacts to your commands, showing you relevant training content in real time. And personalize your experience with custom positioning, content filters, and a switch to turn predictive suggestions on and off. As an organization, you can even bring custom content built within the Generator course authoring technology right into Get Know-How, providing your team with the training that matters most. Stuck on a project? Search Get Know-How by keyword to find exactly what you're looking for, or leverage your one-click access to our expert help desk. Welcome to Get Know-How, the plugin developed to help you get know-how directly inside your favorite Autodesk software, so you can stay focused on the work that matters most. Global eTraining. Learn faster, retain more, save time, and get what matters. All right, so that's an overview of the Get Know-How Autodesk app. And you can actually find this on the Autodesk App Store. You just search Global eTraining in here. This is a free app. Now, of course, you do need either a free trial account or an actual paid account to access the content, but you can just find it. It's called Get Know-How, and all the instructions and all of the benefits are listed out here. And as a reminder, it supports AutoCAD, Revit, Civil 3D, Inventor, Plant 3D. So the core softwares we've built it for. We've also designed this this plugin, this app, to be able to be built onto any software. So we're constantly looking at, hey, what's the next software that we want to build an integration for? So this is a really, really exciting thing that we launched last November, and it's saving so many teams and incredible amounts of time, specifically with remote work. Because if you think about it, if you've got somebody who's working by themselves at their home office, they don't have the ability anymore to walk down the hallway and bug Joe Blow for some help with BIM or with Revit, let's say. And so now they can actually, depending on what command they click on, they can see the relevant training information right inside the plugin. The other cool thing is all of that activity is also tracked on the Power BI dashboards I showed you. So if you want to see the utilization and how much learning is happening with the usage of the plugin for your team, you can see that in your subscription portal. And again, it's a one single download. You can have it automatically installed onto all of your devices if you like, and it automatically will install in all of the softwares that you are running that it supports. So a really, really cool tool that we're really proud of to have rebuilt. We had another version of this prior to November last year. We're really excited about this one. Next thing that I want to show you is our generator course authoring technology. So this is so simple and another incredible tool that is really, really helping businesses and organizations and educational institutions manage remote teams. And it's, for one, a course authoring technology. That's what it's built for. This is the same platform that all of our expert course authors use to build all of the content on the global eTraining learning management system. So every course is built in here, and this is built to employ those interactive elements about VARC that I've already mentioned. And so we've just allowed this and made this available to all of our customers. And so you can use this to build your own e-training. So if you want to build a course on anything, you can do it. If you want to build an onboarding course for new hires, if you want to build a health and safety course, if you want to build a course on how you use Revit, you can do that. But it even goes beyond that because we're seeing customers use this for their internal communication. So for instance, let's say that you've got a new policy or procedure that you need to roll out to your entire team. What's happening right now is you get your team or your company on, let's say, a Zoom call or some sort of maybe Microsoft Teams call, and you've got a PowerPoint up and running, and you will present that PowerPoint to all of your employees. Let's say there's 50 employees. At the end of that, all you know is the 50 employees that may or may not have been on the meeting. You don't know if they retained the knowledge. You don't know if they paid attention. You don't know if they're ready to put it into practice. However, with the generator, you can take that PowerPoint presentation, you can build a course, you can roll it out to your team, and you can see exactly who's completed it, add a test at the end, and measure the retention and transfer of that knowledge. So from basic communication to full-blown course authoring, we've made the generator available not just to our global e-training experts, but to all of our customers. So this is really, really neat. And it's really easy to build a course. You just go through the 5-step process, which is really 4.5. We've got languages in beta right now. And the first step is you name your course. So this one's called Welcome to the Generator. You put in a help desk URL, which could be our help desk if you want it, or if you have your own help desk, you could put on your own help desk URL. A short description of the course, and then you hit save. Step 1 is done. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to go into branding. And here you've got the ability to add your logo, add a featured course image, and even select your individual colors. So if you've got certain brand colors that you want used for the interactive elements, you can do that, which means any course that you're building in here or any global e-training course that you're modifying, because you can do that too, I'll show you how, is now displaying your logo, which means you've got a truly customized global e-training learning experience. And as was already mentioned in the video about the Get Know-How plugin, anything that you build in the generator, you can send into the plugin so that when someone is using, let's say, Revit, and they're taking training, they're seeing your logo and your brand and the training the way that you want it done. So really, really cool. And then you can add some filler images. A filler image, you've got 2 ways to put them in. You can just upload your own, or you can select. We've got a bunch of images that are on here. Here, I'll select this one and add it in. Anytime you're not using an interactive element, they're going to have a filler image here, which you can change as well. So I'm going to hit save and go to the next. And here's where the real meat and potatoes of your course comes into play. So, and again, this doesn't have to be courses. It could be any content, it could be presentation, anything. And you've got a couple ways to build it. I'll first show you how to manually build it, and then I'll show you how to do some other cool stuff. So each course is broken down into lectures. And within each lecture, you could have a series of topics, topic 1, topic 2, and then a series of slides. So slide 1, slide 2. You know what? I want a PDF for the next one, so I'm going to add a PDF. Just as a standalone. You know, I also just want a video, just a standalone video. So video 1, and then maybe I want one more slide, slide 5. And you know what? At the end, I want a quiz. quiz 1. So now I've built the core skeleton of my course. And then what I do in here is I go into each individual slide and I hit the edit button. And now I've got the learner get interactive course interface right here. And again, designed to be adapting and adaptable and comfortable for any learning style. And I just build my content. So I can write in a description of what I'm trying to communicate. I've got a full WYSIWYG editor so that I can add links and images and anything I want in here, bold, italics, underlined, etc. And then right now you'll see my filler images, which let's say I don't want all of these filler images. I can set my own filler image just by dragging over, and it'll eventually rotate with some of the other ones I have, or I can just go to edit and pick my own on each individual slide. And then I've got the let me try option. So I already showed you this a little bit before, but you've got the ability to add a PDF instruction document or a URL to a separate instruction document. And you can even upload a zip file for any reference data or data that you need or that the individual will need to complete the project that you're giving them. You've got a learn more option. This allows you to create text with audio narration, or you can do a slideshow. We won't create one of those right now for the sake of time. You can have a large image show up. So these filler images, you don't really click on them and they expand. They're just to keep things looking nice and on brand. But the view image, you've got the ability to upload a large screenshot or a very detailed drawing if you want, and then they can zoom in and out and engage with it that way. Then you've got the e-tip, which I talked about. You've got the ability for a custom slide if you want, and then e-demo, which again would be a demo video. And as you saw earlier, I also created a video only slide. And so let me fast forward to one of those slides. So a PDF only slide I've got the ability to have. A video only slide, and you can use like Vimeo or YouTube and put in a URL of a video, or you can just upload a video, which we need MP4 format to work. And then we're back to a standalone slide with some text. Now, another cool feature is you've got help desk right here if you have any challenges or problems. You've got a recently added option and a certificate objective option. And these are important to look out for even as a learner. Anytime you see this symbol, it says this is part of the certificate. So if you want to add a certificate to your own course, these would be the components that you're quizzing the person on, the concepts that they need to look at. Or for any Autodesk course, these are the concepts that are going to be covered in the quizzes, which is going to be important for you to get your certificate at the end of the Global eTraining course. But this also means that this will help you prepare for an Autodesk certificate exam. So these little buttons here are very important to our Autodesk software, but you could also use it for your own. And then if I want to view it at any point in time, I just hit preview. It'll show me what it looks like. And this is what it looks like. Not very engaging right now, but that's because I didn't put any content in. And so that's how you kind of build within the individual slide editor. So this is the manual way. Here's what's really cool. So you've got the ability to import a course or a quiz from CSV file, and we've got a full outline of how to do that and your starter file as well. Let me just hit that back button. You've also got the ability to create a course from PowerPoint. You just take your PowerPoint document and you import it. And all of a sudden, all of the PowerPoint slides turn into slides and topics here that you can now edit and add narration to, which means that you can deliver perfect PowerPoints every time. And you can also do that for quizzes. The other thing that you can do, which is fantastic, is you can look through either my catalog or the public catalog. So my catalog would be any other courses created. So I'm part of the Global eTraining sales team, so all of these little sample courses I can add in. But the public catalog is everything available that has been made public and created in the generator. So that includes all the courses in our Get Everything library are available and accessible here. So I search for BIM 360. And let's say that I want that complete guide. I can go in and drag the whole course over, or maybe I just want the design component. I'll look at what that is. I can preview it with the little eyeball, and I can just drag it over. And now I've got BIM 360 custom branded to me And then I can take my slides and I can put them wherever I want. So if I want, hey, before they start, I want my own content here. And at the end, I want my own content here and maybe a video in between so that I'm teaching my people how to use BIM 360 the way that we do it at our company. So you've got all of that created in here. So this is how you create courses. Let me just really quickly hop down to how you publish them. So you can publish them as private, shared, or public. Private means that no one else has access to the course except for when you roll it out to your team. These are all SCORM files, so they can go into any LMS. So you can publish it that way just to your team, or you can share it. So if you have multiple course authors, you can share the course and have it be collaborated with amongst multiple groups within your own organization. Or you've got the ability to make it public. So if you wanted to brand something, because you built a really cool course, you want your logo on it and you want to share it with the world, you can make it public. Now, of course, any public course goes through a very rigorous quality control review to make sure that any content that we make available to all of our generator customers is of high quality. And this is also what our course authors use when they're adding content into our Get Everything library. And finally, step 5 is we have the capability for 20 different languages. So if you build any course and you want it put into Polish, or if you want to put into Spanish, you can do that. Now, there's no one-click button because each course and each language goes through a different process. But this essentially says, hey, before you publish, or after you publish, do you want this translated? If so, reach out to us and we'll get that process started. And that's how you use the course authoring technology. And really, that's an overview of our entire knowledge management platform and what's included in Global eTraining. So I'm going to hop back over to the presentation and we will continue going. So just as an overview, when you become a customer of Global eTraining through DDSCAD, you're getting everything included in the knowledge management platform. You get the Get Everything library for all of your learners, whoever you want to sign up. And again, you can do pay as you go for those learners or wholesale, which I'll show you the pricing in a second. You get the Get Know-How Autodesk plugin, so they have training at their fingertips. You get the course authoring technology, which you can build any sort of content you want from scratch or use pre-populated content from PowerPoint slides or from the Get Everything library to customize any sort of communication or training that you want to your team. You get access to the Global eTraining Learning Management System and all the reports that are included. You get access to the Get subscription system to manage everything related to your subscription, including Power BI executive reporting. And you get account manager support. And what that means is you've got support obviously from DDSCAD, but if you need anything in terms of setting up your organization for Global eTraining, we will help you every step of the way in setup and management. So if you have business goals that you're trying to accomplish, we will help you 6 months down the road in learning how to review your Power BI executive dashboard reporting and what that means and how to make changes. If you're looking for change management advice, we can help that. If you're looking for specific reports to be set up in the learning management system, we can help with that. And so essentially what we've covered is all of this. We've shown you our Get Everything library. I've shown you the plugin, shown you how to use our course authoring technology. So you're enabled to learn faster, work smarter, share more. And so now I'm excited to share how you can give back, because enabling people to change the world is really what truly matters. And so we've recently launched a new partnership with WorldSkills. And WorldSkills is a not-for-profit organization that promotes skills development for youth around the world with a special focus on building skills capacity in developing countries. And so through our new partnership, we're getting Global eTraining in the hands of people who otherwise may not have the opportunity to learn the skills that can transform their lives and their communities. And so together we can actually help train the next generation, our future global workforce. And so to do that, we're promoting the opportunity to get one and give one. So for each Get Everything library subscription purchased, we are giving one to WorldSkills. That means when an individual subscription is purchased, so not even an organization, we'll give one to WorldSkills. And when an organization purchases, say 100 learner seats, we give 100 to WorldSkills. And so speaking of purchasing, here's how the pricing breaks down. For individuals, a typical access to a 1-year subscription of the Get Everything library is $499 per year, which is good. If you were to take any course from a certified instructor, $500 seems very, very realistic. That said, this is access to the entire Get Everything library, all of the content that's in there for an individual for $500. However, there are some incredible discounts and flexible subscription options available right now for a limited time, and I'll show you those. So the $500 you would not have to pay if you're an individual, and so you're really going to want to take a look at those because they're incredible. The second pricing structure, which I'm going to walk through, this is also discounted right now. So what you're seeing right now is not the price that you would have to pay, but this is the typical starting point. So step one is to choose your platform. And so what we always recommend is, hey, get the whole knowledge management platform. And that's a $5,000 per year fee to have access to the course authoring technology and everything included in the knowledge management platform. Now, if you don't need to create courses in the generator, that's okay. That $5,000 annual becomes $2,500 as a one-time setup fee, just so we can create your account, create your access in the LMS, and then you're not using the generator, but you're also not paying that annual fee. So if the generator course authoring technology is not going to add value to you right now, you're not forced into buying that. Step two is to select your subscription model. And so you've got option A, monthly pay as you go, $14.99 per learner per month. And you can activate and manage your own learners. So if this month you've got 15, it's 15 times $14.99. If next month you've got 9 learners, it's $14.99 times 9. And if the month after you go up to 20, the price fluctuates monthly depending on how many users you have active. So that's A. And option B is annual wholesale. And really the volume discounts really come into play once you get above 50 learners, but any annual wholesale license is $180 per learner per year, which is less than $14.99. So if you know that you're going to have 20 people all year long, or you know you're going to have 100 people all year long with access, like you want to get your whole organization on board, the Autodesk users taking Autodesk courses, everybody else taking the Microsoft Office 365 courses, or maybe the leadership courses, you can do that and save money if you know that you're going to have that many people all year round. And then what happens is if you've got, say, 50 learner licenses annual at $180 per learner per year, and you add one more, that additional one person is now $14.99 per learner per month, still allowing you to manage your budget on a month-by-month basis. That said, I just mentioned that the pricing is not the same as what it was, or as what I'm showing you. So let me show you what it actually is right now. So for a limited time, and right now I believe it's until the end of June, so only for another 4 weeks unless something changes, the $499 annual subscription is down to $180. And if you want to go monthly, we just added monthly as well. So instead of $499, we're like, hey, let's provide monthly subscriptions. We'll make them $50 a month. We just discounted those to $14.99, which is the same as the corporate rate, which is incredible. And you might be thinking, well, why would I do a corporate plan if I can get an individual for $14.99? The difference is reporting. Corporate organizations get all the reporting and everybody in the LMS. You can assign courses and do all that tracking. If you're an individual, you don't get it. You also don't need it. But $14.99 is an incredible deal for you to get started learning anything you want within the Global eTraining Get Everything library. And to buy it, just go to DDSCAD.com/training, go to online training, and just one-click button, buy for individuals. It'll take you to a subscription portal to set up your individual subscription. And if you're interested in getting Global eTraining for your organization, you're just going to click this button and send an email to, I believe it's info@DDSCAD.com, and ask for a quote, because depending on if you have 50 people, 25 people, 100 people, 4 people, the quote could change, right? And we'll do all the math for you and find the best option for you to get your team training. We'll also be able to give you an individual walkthrough of the platform if you wanted to see more about the administrative features, more about the generator, more of the courses. You can do all of that. And so with a deep breath, the next step is to reach out. Just send an email to info@DDSCAD.com saying you're interested in learning more, and we'd be happy to give you a custom demo and help you get started. And so with that, I will pass it back to Sandra to see if there are any questions that I can answer.
Hi, Jamie. Thank you for a great presentation. A lot of information for sure. And we're we'll be happy to answer any questions you might have. Okay, I have a couple of questions here, so let me start. The first one is, does Global eTraining work on any learning management system?
Yes. So all the courses built in the generator are SCORM compliant, which means literally any LMS that you have, you can build courses and you can use our Get Everything library and get all your reporting on your LMS. You do get access to the one that we have, which is managed through a company called Absorb, but you don't have to use that LMS.
Okay, perfect. The next one is, what software supports the Get Know How plugin?
Right, I should know this off the top of my head. Revit, um, Inventor,
Civil 3D?
Civil 3D, AutoCAD. There's one more, Navisworks.
Okay,
I
perfect.
believe those are the five. You can find out more. Again, just search Global eTraining on the Autodesk App Store and you'll find all the information there.
Okay, one more question. How do I try Globally Training for free?
Oh, that's easy. You can actually access a 7-day free trial, which is unlimited access to our entire Get Everything library for 7 days. All you need to do is just email info@ddscad.com, request that free trial, and they will hook you up and you'll be able to register, get your own username and password, test out everything.
We're actually going to send on the follow-up email a link for the free trial, so you guys can get it right there. So,
Yeah, and as a reminder, that free trial also allows you to try out everything within the plugin. So the plugin, the Get Know How plugin that you can download from the Autodesk App Store, you can use your free trial account in there. So if you want to actually see, hey, how do these predictive suggestions work inside my workflow, you can do that.
also a good way to try it out is to get it for a month and try it out. And if you don't like it, it's only $15, so you don't you get a good opportunity to just play with it.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, great point. Because of the reduced pricing right now, it's a great time to spend $15 and really dive in.
Okay, the next one is, do I need the software, AutoCAD, Revit, etc., in order to work through the courses?
So I'll say no, but, and it's not good to say but. However, you don't need it. So all of the courses, you can go through the entire course. You can learn stuff through the videos. You can look at all of the content, complete it, and probably even pass the quizzes and prepare for Autodesk certification without actually having the software. That said, in order to really learn it, you're really going to want to do the let me try exercises, in which
Mhm.
case you're going to want the software. Now, if you're testing it out, you can go get a free trial of whatever software that you're needing. So if you're wanting to download a software to try out the software, download Global eTraining at the same time.
Okay, that's a good idea. Okay, and I think the last question for now is, which courses can I obtain certificates for? Are the certificates paper or digital?
Yes, so we're actually going to be publishing a ton of information on the certificate process because it can kind of be a little bit confusing. In essence, any course that you complete, you get a certificate of completion. We are a certified Autodesk training center, so you are getting for the Autodesk courses, you're getting a real certificate, but it's a Global eTraining Autodesk certificate saying that you've learned the content. Now, if you're wanting to become an Autodesk certified professional, our courses have been designed to prepare you for those exams. And that's where that little asterisk starburst thing on the bottom of the courses will highlight, hey, what content do I really need to pay attention to? So you're getting a real certificate. They are digital. If you do want one printed and sent, I'm sure there's a way to do that. I haven't actually thought about it, but we could. But everything's digital. Again, if we think environmental sustainability, a digital certificate should suffice, and you can print it at home. But if paper is really important, we'll find a way. And again, everything's meant to prepare you for that. The other opportunity that you have is there are courses that are eligible. It's based on hours, and again, this is why there's going to be some more information coming soon. You can, through the Canada BIM Council, become CanBIM certified based on completing, I believe it's any complete Revit course or 10 hours of our BIM training. So for instance, we've got global BIM standards training, and that can make you eligible for CAN-BIM certification, which you might be thinking, well, that's just Canada. But it's a pretty big deal organization. It's the governing body for BIM across Canada, and having a certificate there is valuable and a nice thing to throw on your resume.
Definitely, that nowadays anything helps, and being part of something like that is recognized as part of this organization is definitely great. Okay, so we made it just on time, 5 minutes left. So I think you answered all the questions, and we really appreciate your time, Jamie, and everybody who's here who was able to attend. Again, please reach out to us if you have any questions. You can email us or call us, and we'll be happy to answer any questions you might have. Um, the, we hope you enjoy the presentation, and thank you again for attending, and thank you, Jamie, for a great presentation. I hope everybody has a nice day, and stay safe.
Thank you so much.
Take care. Bye bye. Thanks.